world's greatest criminal has stolen the greatest treasures, escaped the greatest prisons, and he bears a strong resemblance to someone you know.
It's not easy being mean.
Muppets Most Wanted, Martin.
Exactly.
Somebody want these sons of bitches. Because they back, whether you want them or not.
Whether you want them or not. Well, I got to be honest, man. After that last movie, I was not wanting them.
I know. I think all of us were. We were the people who in the minority.
Sure.
We're the ones who weren't out there just giving glowing praise to this latest Muppet movie.
Right. Yeah. Like, oh, the Muppets are back. Look, everybody, the Muppets are back. I'm like, well, okay, Jason Segel's back.
Yeah.
And this new Muppet who, what's his name, Walter?
Is it Walter? Yeah, Walter.
Just kind of came in and like, hey, look, we brought the Muppets back to be our backup to show you how awesome we are. I'm like, is this a Muppet movie or not? Because I'm seeing it's you two motherfuckers.
Now, before we start, I want to say that for people who held that against me, thinking I was a curmudgeon, because I wasn't crazy about the movie, liked it, but wasn't crazy about it. I'm going to let you know, not only have I seen every Muppet movie out there, grew up on Muppets.
Yeah.
Got a Kermit the Frog puppet up here.
Exactly.
You've seen authentic.
Yep.
Have sex with it every night.
You can edit that part out.
No, I want people to know. I'm diehard. Grew up on original Muppet stuff.
Right.
The real shit.
All the way from, wait, pre-Sesame Street, like the...
Okay, I didn't go that far. I came in midway on Sesame. But I went, but thanks to YouTube, I was able to go back finally.
Okay.
Sam and Friends.
Yeah.
See, the kids don't know what that is.
No, they don't.
Look that shit up.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't even know what that is. Look it up.
My first experience with Jim Henson and his Creature Shop. Well, I guess it was Sesame Street, but it was also the stuff you see on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, that too.
I used to love that.
Man, I used to love that too. I've seen the Muppets in so many iterations and so much history right there. And I'm going to tell people a little bit of another story right here, let you know how hardcore I am about Muppets. For all y'all who think I'm a Muppet betrayer.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever told you how strongly I feel about something that you did to me. And I didn't want to bring it up. And I've joked about it before, but I want to let you know right now that I was really offended by this.
Okay, what'd I do?
Was
I drinking? Because it don't count if I was drinking.
Let me tell you, and I'm trying to figure out a good way to say this without sounding like I'm mentally ill, but fuck it. I'm just going to tell you. You got me so excited to go see Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Johnny Depp.
Oh, yeah.
Terry Gilliam.
Yeah, I did. Because I'm one of the few people who is not crazy about that movie.
You said one thing to me that made me like it. That made me at least look forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
Because I was saying, how's all the drug stuff in the movie, all the hallucinations and the effects that go with it. And you said, well, in this one scene, the walls are melting, and this other scene, the floor is shaking, and then they walk into a bar, Johnny Depp is sitting around with Muppets. And I said, really, Muppets? And you said, yeah, man, he's got these Muppets everywhere. I went to see the movie.
Yeah?
I can't even enjoy that movie right because I sat there the whole fucking film waiting on Muppets.
Wait, are there not Muppets in that movie?
No, there ain't no Muppets in the movie. What you were describing to me were animatronics.
Oh, I'm sorry. We joke around a lot, you and I meant figurative Muppets, not actual Muppets. Small T
Martin,
M at the back.
There's no figurative term for Muppets. Now, if you want to go to figurative term, puppets.
Oh, okay.
But not Muppets.
Are they not the same?
It's not the same.
Okay, sorry.
I feel like I'm venting right now because I'm letting this shit out. I've kept this in me for years.
You really have.
I can't even fucking enjoy the movie now because ain't no fucking Muppets in it. You set me up for that. It was some animatronic lizard shit going on in there. These were animatronics. You set me up for Jim Henson. I went in there and got George Lucas.
Oh.
You politically incorrect son of a bitch.
What do you want me to say?
I want you to say I'm sorry, but I'm never going to get that from you, so fuck it. I moved on.
I'm sorry.
That's not a sincere sorry. No, because it ain't sincere. It's a big grinning and shit. I got that out the way now. I'm okay.
Okay, all right, good.
I even have the last Muppet movie out the way.
Okay.
And what was it called? The Muppets? Just the Muppets?
The Muppet. Oh, we're back, or I don't know.
This is Muppets, I think.
Muppets Returns. Jason Segel and the Muppets.
I like your title better, Muppets. Shit. But Now that last movie, like I said, there were some things that I wasn't crazy about, but I think that this movie, and I don't know how this is going to play out with the audiences out there, but I like this movie a little bit better.
Yeah, me too. Because I don't want to spend the whole time going, oh, the last movie did this.
Yes.
But the last movie still had me not looking forward to this. And so much of it, the last movie was like I didn't love the Muppets, in general, like you did. I always liked the Muppets, went in love with them. And
Obviously not. You can't fucking tell the difference.
and I wasn't like, man, I sure wish they'd come back. I always felt like, hey, man, they had their time in the sun like everybody does.
Yeah.
And it went away.
Yeah. And
maybe they can get something here and there. Okay, this whole trumpeting a triumphant return. But what the movie never did was like, you know what? If I'm watching this as somebody who never grew up watching Muppet Show, this movie never showed me why these Muppets are special. They're just like an old property otherwise. But it's like, yeah, okay, there's something else. With this movie, this current movie, Muppets Most Wanted,
yes,
I felt like they really got back to what the other Muppet movies, the sequels, and the Muppet Show was.
You and I might be so in sync right here now that we can agree on what Muppets are. Now, why do you feel that way?
Movie-wise, it's very plot-driven.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you're getting character stuff as it goes, but it has something that's driving it forward. It's got celebrity cameos that aren't just to go, hey, look who's here.
Yes.
But they actually do something. And they actually perform the Muppet Show as they go on tour. They're performing segments of their Muppet Show that was like their TV show.
See, maybe it's my Muppet nostalgia that's kicking in right here. The reason why I like it, because to me, now excluding the first Muppet movie, after that, the Muppets were, Martin's drinking, everybody, by the way.
I was like, I picked it up. I was like, oh, wait, this isn't the Sunday service.
No, this is an actual review.
Okay, sorry.
So by the end of the review, you fuck these Muppets. He's been drinking, people.
Come on, man. Don't diminish me like that.
Fuck a Muppet. A Muppet. When I was growing up, the Muppet Show is what I really loved. And see, the first Muppet movie was kind of emotional. Rainbow Connection and all that.
Yeah.
It was.
You can't top that first Muppet movie.
That movie still today is the one that is a love letter to Jim Henson's fans and fans of the Muppets.
Yeah, man. Rainbow Connection, moving right along. That whole story that went along with it. It's tops. It's aces.
While no movie has been able to ever come close to that, I don't think.
Right.
There have been some good Muppet movies, but the Muppet Show is what I really love. People they really don't understand the layers of the Muppet Show. That whole self-reflexive show within a show.
Yeah.
You have the show that's going on, but everything that's going on behind stage on the back ends of or behind the scenes, the chaos that's happening.
It was Laugh-In meets SCTV with puppets.
Yeah. The reason why I like that so much is because it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Exactly.
And that in this movie, unlike the last film, again, not knowing how people are going to take it, but it's a little sillier. It's a little more self-reflective humor self-reflexive humor in here. And because of that, it just seems to be more fun and it captures the spirit of the Muppets that I like. Now, you said that they put on these shows. The reason why they're doing this is because they open up the movie with them just point out the fact like, yeah, it is a sequel.
Right. It is a sequel. And okay, we've done our big comeback show. Now what?
And they're saying for any of you motherfuckers in the audience who are expecting anything original, we letting you know right now, it's a straight up Hollywood sequel, okay?
And they go right into the plot of a evil twin double that looks like Kermit. So you know that's something that comes that's like a 5th season plot device.
Yeah.
And yet it doesn't feel like they go like, oh, we got something new. It's like, no, they realize this is a tired old device and they're having fun with it. They're gonna go with it.
And they play with it. And some of the people that they come in to play within that story help it out. Ricky Gervais comes in as Dominic Badgie.
Dominic Bad Guy.
Bad guy.
It's pronounced Badgie.
Yeah. And then he says, it means good person. But he comes in, he wants to actually get the Muppets back on the road. Get them out there performing again. Getting them on tour. It kind of sets a rift between him and Kermit because everybody's beginning to say, Kermit, you ain't really doing the same shit that Dominic is.
This guy's booking us gigs, and you being Mr. Cautious here.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, man. We fucking around. We want to make some money, man. Fuck you. We know you Kermit and everything, but damn, man. So Dominic says, you know what? We're going to start in Europe.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to go worldwide. So they get a train, they head over to Europe. They're doing sold out shows.
In big halls.
And they're wondering, wow, how'd you do this? Yeah. But the whole time, this is a cover up to not only get this evil twin of Kermit out of the gulag of Constantine Frog.
Yeah. A Russian frog who's a badass.
a Russian Muppet frog. And we need to also mention that he's being broken free to commit a series of museum heists. So this is ultimately a caper comedy.
The fact that they would just take something that's so cliche and make that funny, I love that. I every time Constantine spoke, I just had to laugh. And what's funny is the whole thing of using the Russians as bad guys.
Yeah.
Up until a few weeks ago would have been like, oh, that's so funny that you would do something like that. Now, it's kind of like, oh, wow, how prophetic that they knew something was coming on the horizon.
It makes you wonder if Kermit's trying to invade the Ukraine, not just so they can have some good publicity for this movie. But, man, there's the Constantine character. When I saw the trailer, I thought, this could work either way because this story's tired.
Right.
But there's something about Constantine that makes me laugh.
Yeah.
He got those skinny heroin arms and legs, and there's a part where he's breaking out the gulags and he's slapping the shit out of people and beating the fuck out of them. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something. There's nothing funnier than seeing somebody get slapped by a Muppet arm.
Right.
That old jangly head controls you and shit.
And he's using some kind of frog food because he's hopping around. As at first I was like, oh, it's kind of a joke. It's like, you know what? He's got an actual style going on here. Like they must have got Wo Ping or who choreographs the Matrix and all those movies to come in and work out his moves. Yeah, and there's a scene here where it's funny when him and Kermit come face to face because it's one of those things where no one can tell the difference, even though they look alike. But Constantine got a mole. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he actually gets Kermit. He slaps the fuck out of Kermit. Man, he slapped the shit out of Kermit.
If for nothing else to see this movie for, there's a part where Kermit he's been led by Ricky Gervais to go for a walk because Kermit's mind is bad right now. He said, well, you know what helps me out? Go for a walk inside of a foggy alley.
All by yourself.
And he gets in that alley, and there's a point he's confused. He got that Kermit with, huh? What? Huh? And then out of nowhere, his hand just slaps the fuck out of him. And it leaves a little mole on him. Yeah. And meanwhile, Constantine goes back and starts taking over the Muppets because, he just happens to have just a little green makeup to cover up that mole.
And nobody notices his broken English-Russian accent.
ID and Kermit. And nobody notices that shit. It's the silliness of this whole thing that really works. That's why the Muppets work for me, man.
Well, also that they'll take a silly joke and really commit to it. Like you think, okay, there's this whole plot going on with Constantine, running the Muppets and him and Badgie, pulling heist on the side.
Yeah.
But then you focus on Kermit, who's in the gulag. Is it gulag? Gulag. And Tina Fey, she's like the warden of the gulag in Siberia. And then you got all the prisoners who are made up of like Ray Liotta and
Danny
Trejo and Jermaine. I can't remember his guy.
Dupree.
No, not Dupree. Jermaine Clement from Flight of the Conchords. I guess they got the other guy, Britt, to do the music.
For this, yeah.
Did he do the music for this one too?
Him and someone else.
Okay. And they have all these silly gags that you might see, you'd expect from Boris and Natasha, on Bullwinkle. Yet everybody commits to the jokes, so that makes them funny. And they're doing musical numbers. They're putting on a whole stage show. Oh yeah, everything Tina Fey did. I was in love with her in this entire movie.
Yeah, it's funny how what their cameo system is like here because some actors that you know of are actually playing characters, but the movie is chock full of cameos. Now, on the one hand, it's really fun playing this game of who is that or was that somebody because these cameos, some of them, the movie's full of so many people that cameos go quick. True. I don't even want to name anybody. If you want to spoil it for yourself and look on IMDb or Wikipedia, they have a list of all the people that are in the movie. But I would recommend going in there and just seeing how many you can catch because really some people come on and I'm not lying. Some people just come on and say, hey, and then they just leave. True. And you look, and it goes so fast. You're like, was that who I thought it was?
Man, there was a gag with somebody. I don't know how much I should say.
Don't if you got to think about it, don't say it.
Okay, all right. It was just one of those. They put a gag with somebody where I was like, Finally, somebody made a joke out of this.
Was it the Gulag?
No.
Okay.
It's
All
like,
right. I have to
yeah.
ask you about it then.
You asked me about it. I was like, I can't believe it's taken this long for somebody to publicly make a joke about this.
But here's the other part of the cameo deal. They have so many people in here that some cameos are by actors. You look at them and like, okay, I know who you are, but you ain't nobody. If I wonder who you are, it's because why would anybody be putting you in here in the first place?
Now I'm wondering who you talking about.
And there's a couple because I was looking at them and I thought, is that who I think it is? But they ain't done nothing. So why would they be here?
I tell you, like the three main actors who are in this. I mean, they aren't just cameos.
Yeah,
it's Ricky Gervais, Tina Fey, but also Ty Burrell, who plays a French inspector.
Oh, works for Interpol.
Yeah, works for Interpol, and he's teamed up with
Sam the Eagle. Yeah,
and his character at first I was like, yeah, I don't know. This feels like Steve Martin playing the Pink Panther, but they get so much mileage out of like making fun of Europe. And not just France, but just Europe, like there with their long, coffee breaks
and little bitty cars,
little bitty cars, and their infinite vacations, and it's all really good natured. You're like, oh man, not these tired jokes, but they were actually funny. I was like, no, this is where this is not going to work, and I was like, God damn it, you even making me laugh with this.
I'm gonna tell you, if you live in Europe, Kermit is fucking with you hard. Y'all gonna be pissed at Kermit when this is done, and the rest of these Muppets. Y'all gonna say, "Fuck these Muppets, man."
Hey, man, I don't know why you would get pissed if somebody's making fun of you having long vacations, and you actually have long vacations. I'd be like, "Yeah, you goddamn right. Now get back to work, you American dog, you wage slave."
Yeah, I gotta hear that all the time from Europeans. Oh, you work too hard over here. Yeah, that's why your ass is bankrupt over there. Shit, man, look, if I can't tell you, maybe you listen to a fucking Muppet when they tell you.
Maybe you got a point, because like the company I work for, our CEO is French, and he's like, yeah, I don't believe in those long vacations and all that shit. I'm like, wow, we had to get the one.
That's why I moved to America. Yeah, you thought you gonna get back to work. Well, hey, in France, I'll get 3-hour breaks. You are not in France. Get your ass up and get back to work. Get you one of the Muppet slaps. But like I said, I really did enjoy a lot about this movie. Now, I don't think it worked all the way.
No, it doesn't. There's plenty of jokes that fall flat. There's even the movie's a bit longer than it should be. I mean, it goes over that 90-minute mark, and it's just like, man, 90 minutes is a good cutoff. I know I say this all the time, but that's a really good place to cut your story. If you got to lose some things to get there, it's probably for the best.
This movie should be an hour and a half.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, you open up a movie saying our story is bullshit,
right?
It's mainly for kids out there, and for adults who are nostalgic
also,
for this too. But when you bring your kid with you, they ain't gonna want to be sitting up there looking. I mean, I'm sorry, Muppets are cool, but come on, that extra half hour didn't add nothing to that plot.
Plus, there's a Monsters Inc. short on the beginning, or Monsters University short at the beginning.
Yeah,
which is not bad. It's fun.
Which is fun. Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun. I'm not taking that away from it. It's just like you're adding to the time that people are sitting there.
Yeah, exactly. For a movie that's already kind of too long.
Yeah.
On top of that, besides the beginning song. And now there's a running joke in here where Miss Piggy's still trying to get Kermit to marry her.
Like, man, this bitch will not get
And Kermit, that's what Kermit said, bitch, I told you I'm not marrying you.
I did love when he finally just broke and told her, like,
I'm not marrying you. Fucking bitch, I know. He's like, shit, I fucked you one time. And you've been on my ass since the 70s. Leave me the fuck alone. Shit. It's like, you're a pig and I'm a frog. It ain't gonna work. Right. Shit. It's like you're a Jew and I'm a Catholic. This shit ain't gonna work. Leave me the fuck alone. You know what it is. He got drunk and slept with a big chick. And
right. And now she's around him all the time. Everybody's looking at him and snickering when they walk away. And he's like, God damn.
Yeah. Shit, Kermit a little chubby chasing ass.
Come on, man. It was one night.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody.
But now there's a song also where Constantine has to kind of pretend like he's Kermit, and he even told Miss Piggy, he's like, bitch, leave me alone, fuck off.
Right.
and Ricky Gervais like, hey, if you're gonna play the role, you can't be yelling at her like that. And he's like, oh, let me go talk to this bitch.
Excusez-moi, Kermit, do you have a moment?
Kermit.
I just wanted to say that I accept your apology, and I'm ready to put our little disagreement or whatever it was behind us. And perhaps I was a little too eager about our wedding.
Big, I have question. Am I wearing sign that says bother me?
What was that? What was that?
I was in the middle of evilly plotting. I do not like to be interrupted while evilly plotting.
If we're to get away with this, you've got to keep up appearances.
I am keeping up appearances.
If you want the crown jewel, stick to the plan. Do whatever the pig wants. Keep her happy. Whatever she asks of you.
Stupid fraud!
Stupid train! I don't want to talk to you, Kermit. I said I want you out!
I don't think you know what you want.
Yeah, dude, I just told you.
You're my lady, and I'm your man, baby.
And he sings a song saying whatever you want or whatever you like. I can't remember the exact name of it, but that song is hilarious.
Yeah, that song. That song is good, and there was a song in the Gulag that I thought was pretty fun. I think was it the one that Tina Fey sang? I can't remember.
You know what? It was the one that she sang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those two are pretty good.
So I think I'll say about
songs are
three.
not so memorable.
I would say the rest of the songs in the movie, clever lyrics, funny lyrics at least.
Yeah.
But the music is anything that you would not even find in a Broadway musical. You would find in a parody.
One thing I'll give the last movie is like the opening song that it had, the whole number it had. I was like, that was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that really matches that.
Yeah. Oh, and I just learned that it's not Frank Oz doing the voice of Miss Piggy anymore. I guess he said, I've spent enough time up that pig's ass. I'm going to let somebody else do it. Most of these voices are being done by a total of, I believe, 6 people. So if you're ever inclined, you should look them up to see who voices who. It's kind of interesting. And this movie is making fun of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing is sacred in the film except Subway sandwiches. Man, Subway got those motherfuckers scared.
Subway is doing that a lot. Like, Subway is really smelling its own piss lately because the reports came out like, man, McDonald's is not doing that well. But Subway is rising up in the ranks.
Actually, I think you can get piss and vinegar on a Subway sandwich today.
Oh, you totally can. and improves it at some point. But,
well, you're a person who I think, man, you really are sensitive about product placement in a movie.
I am, because I see people open those Apple laptops all the time. I'm like, come on, man.
I don't find anything wrong with that. If there's a product placement in a movie where it seems like, okay, people do that in real life,
I know what
that's
you're saying.
fine.
I know what you're saying. And I'm that way too. Hey, they're just showing that they're in our world using the products that we use. But most of the time.
But okay, even Muppets are making fun of every fucking thing here,
Yeah.
but they open up a scene on a Subway cup.
Yeah.
A soda, like the cup is the star of the scene, and then they move over, and Fuzzy Bear is sitting up there eating. Is it Fuzzy? Or
I think it was Fuzzy.
Yeah, Fuzzy's sitting up there eating a big old greasy Italian sandwich. I mean, just munching dripping down on that shit.
You can see the cucumber slices sliding out of it.
His furry fingers look like a Jerry curl. They were so greasy. and
here's the thing about that. Rather than me calling out product placement, I was sitting there going like, I think I might go eat at Subway. I'm like, God damn it, it works.
I think I was hungry, man. That's like it works. But if you notice, Fuzzy Bear he didn't look up with that waka waka shit or anything. That motherfucker ate that sandwich and shut the fuck up. Did you notice that shit? Because I was expecting him to say
because Gerald was on the sidelines and glaring at it.
Yeah.
I mean, not Gerald,
Jared, yeah. With one of them big old wildlife tranquilizer guns. Yeah. Better eat that shit.
Exactly.
Eat that shit. Eat all of it, Fuzzy. That motherfucker was eating so hard, too, that I was expecting him to look up and say, like, hey, this plot point is brought to you by Subway. But no, that motherfucker, I think he was even crying.
No, you know what? He probably did that on the first take. They beat him up.
Yeah, he sucking on that Subway dick is what he was. Fuzzy Bear eating those fucking Subway sandwich.
You know what? You ought to shut up.
Why?
Because for all you know, when we get the new site going, they might have us eating Subway sandwiches on
shit,
here.
Me and Fuzzy be sitting up there together, eating that shit,
and crying,
wiping each other's eyes with those Subway napkins. I'm not hungry anymore. Eat! And my last complaint here, we named it at the beginning of the movie. I'm still not digging on fucking Walter, man. Who the fuck gave Walter the right to come in and say, I'm an official Muppet when he's actually kicking other fucking Muppets out? They even made a joke about it in the movie.
I know. That is funny. They even Scooter brought that shit up.
Yeah, Scooter brought that shit up, and then they looked at it. I won't even say who the Muppets are. Fuck it, I'm going to say it because we said it the last time. I think there's a review where we said it. Ratso Rizzo or whatever.
Right.
Like, what the fuck happened to him? And in this movie, they make a joke about it. Walter took your shit.
Right.
That's what happened.
And the thing is, they don't really have anything for Walter to do. Like, Walter made a big splash before, but like, hey man, you're not a real Muppet. But because they had him in the last movie, they're obligated to show him.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to make it look like they're kicking him to the curb. So they had him in there doing stuff.
Yep.
But they ain't really had nothing for him to do. He was just kind of there, like the plot was moving. You really only needed 2 characters. But it's like, well, throw him in that scene too. I mean,
shit.
He could just say, what? Is that right? What do we do now, fellas?
Exactly. And they didn't give him shit to do. And I can't blame him because Walter's one of the most nondescript ass Muppets I've ever seen. Ain't shit about him that stands out. You can put some ping pong balls on a fucking sock.
Yeah.
And that would be Walter. Fuck Walter. But I'll wrap it up by saying kids will enjoy this.
Oh, yeah.
But this is the reason why this succeeds is because they've really taken this back to that place that original Muppet fans are going to recognize. And I can't tell that that's my take on it. A lot of people love that last Muppet movie so much that I really can't gauge it anymore.
I think, talking with some other people about it, it is, you kind of come down one way or the other. Now, I've talked to more people who are, in our demographic, who like this one better than the last one. But there's some people who are maybe like 10 years younger or more.
That's true.
Who like the last one, but like the last one better. So I don't know. It's
That's
hard
true.
to say.
I'd say overall, I would say is matinee in quality for some of the things I just named that I either think are flaws or I just can't forgive. But I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed if they see it for full price.
I'm the same way. Yeah. If just going by pure ratings, by what we might do, I might say it's matinee, high matinee. But the thing is, I think, okay, somebody talks me into going and I pay the full, dime for it. I'd be happy. I'd be like, hey, that was fun. It wasn't perfect. I don't even know if it was great, but I laughed all the way through it.
Yeah.
And that's usually like the most you want from a
I saw
movie
you over
like
there
that.
chuckling.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it wasn't just simple like I got some good laughs out of it.
And
Constantly.
Constantine needs to kill Walter.
That's the
Constantine
thing, man.
was so funny.
I know. I was like, I don't know how this movie's going to end, but I want Constantine to have a spinoff movie.
I love Constantine the Frog in this, man. I would love to see if they do a show or if they do another movie.
Yeah, just have him come back.
Come back, yeah.
And he don't have to be the big villain, but he could just come back and do something.
Even though I think Constantine would really whoop somebody's ass.
Oh yeah.
I would hate to be in a jail cell with that fucking frog. You know what I mean? Shit, that was a point. I thought he was really gonna kill Kermit in this movie.
Right?
Keep fucking with me, you hear?
Although, when it was his time to go out on stage,
and I won't even say anything.
Yeah,
Hey man, I got some trivia for you.
What you got?
Some interesting trivia about all kind of things.
all right.
Let's start out with some
Muppet trivia.
Let's start out with some true Muppet trivia right here. Now, you would think that with these movies, that the family, the Henson estate would be heavily involved in this, especially Brian Henson, who's kind of head of the estate right now, I believe.
Wait, he's not the one that just died?
No, I was John.
Okay.
But Brian Henson, he was visiting the set all the time in the last movie. But this time he couldn't come visit the set because they were filming mostly in Europe. He was over in L.A., so did not go to the set at all. But, hey, you know what
Maybe
he
that's
said?
for the best.
I give my movie, he said, I've seen the movie. I'm a fan.
Okay.
Because I got those big checks coming. That's why. The director here is actually James Bobbin, who directed the last movie.
Okay.
Now, Kermit the Frog. Let's talk about Kermit the Frog. So let's talk about some old trivia right here.
Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog. Do you know how he was born?
No.
Well, Jim Henson took his mother's coat and cut that shit up. It was a green spring coat. And he cut it up and made a frog puppet out of it.
Oh, that's not the trench coat that Kermit wore when he was doing Sesame Street?
No,
movies?
not that one. No. Followed by his mother saying, Jim, what the fuck, man? It's my only coat.
Wow, I'm going to make us millions of dollars like this.
Yeah. Could you see his mother coming in that poor? That's her only coat to wear out in the cold, and she walks in on her son, who's grown, by the way. It's like, hey, Mom, look. Damn, Jim, I just bought this yesterday. You quit cutting shit up around here?
Man, that's like that story. You remember when you go to movies, they don't do it anymore. They have movie facts. And one was that Jim Carrey used to put tap shoes on his hands whenever his parents were fighting to cheer them up. You're like, that's about the saddest story I ever heard. Why would you put his business out like that?
Yeah.
No wonder he's an entertainer. He's constantly saying to the audience, please love me.
You know his father was like, to hell with you
Yeah.
and that retarded ass son of mine too.
Exactly.
I'm out. Look at him, shoes on his hands, acting crazy. No wonder we can't get along around here. Hey, speaking of frogs, this is a common misconception. The word frog is a general term, Martin. All toads are frogs, but not all frogs are toads.
Ah.
It's kind of like,
Much like turtle and tortoise.
or kind of like all Muppets are puppets, but not all puppets are Muppets.
That's true.
See how that
An
works
even better
out?
analogy.
There you go. You understand now?
Right.
Okay.
It was not Muppets in Fear and Loathing. but actually-
Animatronics.
Oh, it wasn't even puppets.
No, you can say puppets, but I like animatronics better.
Okay.
Less misleading. Some frogs can spend winter frozen in ice and revive themselves in the spring.
Yeah.
So whenever there's no Muppet movies coming out, you know I got Kermit frozen somewhere.
We're just chilling like Captain America.
Yeah, just thaw his ass out. And finally, we mentioned cameos in this movie. And for certain actors, this is not their first time hanging out with Muppets. This is actually the second Muppet movie for Ray Liotta, the first being Muppets from Space. He played a security guard in that movie, I think. You can look it up. All right, got some questions for you.
Now what you got?
All right, man. See
Oh,
if
you
you've
got the look in your
let's
eye.
see if you've been paying attention. There have been only two people to direct two Muppet movies.
Ooh.
I already told you, James Bobbin is one.
Right.
Who was the other?
Frank Oz.
Give you one more chance.
Damn. Oh, shit, man. Jim Henson?
Brian Henson.
Oh,
I told you, see, if you were paying attention.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Speaking of which, I forgot to say that this movie actually took me back to one of my favorite Muppet movies.
Which one?
We're going to talk
The
about
Great Caper?
The Great Muppet Caper.
Yeah.
1981, man.
Yeah.
That's I had all the glasses from
Oh, is that right?
McDonald's.
McDonald's, yeah?
Yeah. I was so sad because when I was a kid, I was just clumsy.
Oh, no.
So I knew I had these glasses that I would love, and you had to eat that shitty food for like 4 weeks to get all the glasses.
Yeah.
And I knew I would end up breaking them all
You broke them all?
by accident. I broke the.
Oh, at different times, you're reaching in the cabinet.
I broke
No!
them exactly. Had them
Boy,
since.
what'd you do? Mama broke my favorite glass. Boy, you 34. Stop crying.
Yeah. I broke my last glass when I was 22. I was in Waco. It was my cherished possession, and that shit just fell out the.
So nobody
slow.
mess with this glass because it's my favorite.
Yeah. Sitting up there like fuzzy.
My grandma got me that glass.
You know my mother really broke that shit on purpose. Boy, too old for this shit. Oh, baby, it just fell.
Mama.
Last question for you.
Okay.
A lot of people think Jim Henson directed the Muppet movie. That is not true. Who directed the Muppet movie?
Oh. So that wasn't Frank Oz?
No.
The original Muppet movie.
Yeah. Good guess. I'm just going to tell you who it is. James Frawley. You
What?
never would have known that, would you?
I don't even know who that is.
Okay, I thought that you might have known that because, that's going back in the 70s. Your era, man.
Yeah.
Well, you knew, because this person directed a lot of TV stuff. Ally McBeal, Sins of the Mind, Spy Game, The Big Easy, Chicago Hope,
Oh,
American
okay.
Gothic.
He's been around for
Second,
a while.
yeah, it's been for a while. Columbo, he's done stuff. Cagney and Lacey.
Okay.
Like, the only thing he's done with Muppets is that Muppet movie.
Yeah.
Outside of that, he's done everything
yeah,
else.
it's weird. He even got that job.
People, if you want to reach me, you can do so at KCoolmans.
At KCoolmans, KCoolmanz at gmail.com.
I'm on Twitter at KCoolman, and you can find me on Facebook. Martin.
Find me on Facebook also. Look for Martin Thomas. Or go to Twitter. And look for Martin_No_Fro.
No fro. All right, everybody. Hey, goodbye.
We're doing a sequel. We're back by popular demand. Come on, everybody, strike up the band.